Welcome back to Tiny Grimes Games, and I'm here to bring you another Nova Blitz deck tech video. This deck is called Who Needs Creatures? And essentially the goal of this deck is to be a straight removal deck that makes it to the end game and then wins that way. And so in the process, essentially the goal is to stall the game out and remove everything your opponent is playing. So we have all kinds of early game removal in the form of Lightning Bolt, Cull the Weak, and then we have, as we move forward, more universal removal like Vengeance, which is a really strong card. It just basically always destroys their biggest guy. We have Justice to go ahead and wipe the board a couple times, maybe even knock down their hand. It's actually quite useful in the control versus control mirror, as you can use it just simply if you have 5 cards in hand and they have 8, you play it and suddenly it knocks their hand down, and randomly no less. And a Madness, of course, is always great for that mirror matchup with the 2 control decks. Probably the key to the deck, though, is Circle of Power. You're able to make these spells cheaper and cheaper so that they cost less, so that you're maybe playing a Miracle on, I don't know, around turn 6 maybe. Turn 7, it becomes really strong. You have Drain Life to be able to get them a little bit closer to, say, your Finger of Death range. I only have 1 in here because I just want it as a finisher. Theoretically, I would love to have more, but if you look at this deck is chock full of spells already. We do have a couple creatures. So we have Archon of Sanctuary, basically to give us more draw and to block some early game threats. And we have Lord of Hell as yet another board wipe. That's actually a threat as well. One other interesting card is that we have Polymorph to go ahead and try to slow them down a little bit, and Demonic Contract. Now, Demonic Contract, you have to be careful with this card. Depending on the matchup, you can't just wing it out early. I tend to play this much more as a late game card. Like, okay, I'm running a little bit low on cards. I've used some secret caches. I've gotten some cards that way. Now I'm going to go ahead and Demonic Contract to grab a couple more cards here near the end. So at that point, it's usually not that much damage. And as you get closer to the end, you're able to follow it up with cards like Miracle that go ahead and heal you back up, and Drain Life that also heals you back up. So let's go ahead and take this deck for a spin and see how it does. Alright, looks like we got a game right away. And we have a pretty decent early game situation here where we have a Lightning Bolt on turn 2 already. We might be able to get a cash off as early as 3 if we can get an Arcane Energy. And so we'll see what we have. See what our opponent is playing. If he's playing a Chaos deck, then that could be kind of a problem. Because they can be a little bit too fast sometimes. But it looks like this opponent might not be here. We'll give him one more chance. And then we'll just move on. Oh, he is here. Maybe he just didn't have an energy turn 1. I don't know. At this point, it feels kind of unfair playing against somebody who didn't play their first turn. But we do have cash coming on turn 3. We could theoretically Lightning Bolt instead that Axe Ranger. I think we will. We don't desperately need the cash there. It's too bad we didn't get another energy. But now we have Vengeance for whatever he plays. So next turn, depending on how this works out, interesting. He's playing a 4-1. But dies to a lot of things. We'd like to be able to play a Justice pretty soon. But Cull here would be really strong. So we're going to see what he does. If he buffs it, we get to Vengeance. If he doesn't, we could potentially Cull. So what we can do, interesting, because I'd quite like to be able to play Circle here. I think I will. We're going to take the damage on the chin here. The thought is we're getting much closer to being able to play Justice potentially next turn. He has 5, we have 3, 6, 8, so we'd probably rather not play Justice. But we are able to play something like Vengeance and Cull here. I'll just wipe the board. Ooh, he's pretty big. Yes, that didn't work out very well. We will Vengeance. Actually, he has 3, 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We would only lose 1 card, so I think it's worth it just to Justice here and hope that's that Cull of the Week. Yeah. It seems to be that we're losing the card on the right, actually. I don't know if that's the case. Alright, that guy's really strong, so we'll just Vengeance him. Could Vengeance him or Polymorph. Polymorph is a little more flexible, though. And, like, let's say we get a Miracle off. It'd be nice to be able to Polymorph at that point. Alright, so an energy here to be able to play Lord of Hell would be great. It would also let us Mind Control. Okay, so instead we're just going to have to polymorph. Mind controlling that guy would be kind of cool. Ooh, interesting. We waited long intentionally. I'm going to go ahead and bolt him as well. We're getting a little bit low on health. We might as well. Lord of Hell would be great here. Mind control would be great. So it really depends on what he does. If he plays a couple little guys, we play Lord of Hell, wipe the board. If he plays one big guy, then we just mind control. And we're really in no rush to Lord of Hell here. We're the control deck. It's not a problem to wait. He's going to get a card off Lord of Hell, which is a little bit upsetting. But it's worth it. It's better to do that than mind control. Because if we mind control him, the next turn when we play Lord of Hell, he's going to die anyway. And that's fine. I mean, we rooted out 2 Steam Blasts. 2 of his direct damage to actually be able to kill us. Just to kill him when we have a mind control for whatever he plays. Hopefully then, an energy into back-to-back miracles, and that will just be ball game at that point. Really, if this control deck can live this long in this good a shape, it's going to win. That's really the bottom line. So this game is definitely over now. We have a 7-7, so we're about to have more. Oh, that's too bad. We don't really want to Justice almost no matter what he does because we don't want to give up these miracles. The only way we would Justice is if he played something really amazing. And he'd have to play 2 amazing things because otherwise Justice doesn't do anything. Oh boy, he's in trouble. Taking that Glade Defender apparently was the straw that broke the camel's back, but we can't seem to find an energy, so he's in good shape there. Oh wow, we'll call that quickly in case he has a follow-up. Yep, so that's... we're just killing him with his own Glade Defender. Remember, Sarah, when you were at 30, and then you took 3 straight turns of 7 damage from the Glade Defender? And then remember when I followed it up with a Miracle? I do, it was amazing. These are the kind of decks I really like, where I don't actually... I can just control, and then win. The problem is mirrors become difficult. Okay. Well, so that's one game in the books. That's how this deck works when it works perfectly. Basically just control the board, and then you win. Because they run out of threats, and you haven't even played your threats yet. Again, not a terrible start. We have an early Lightning Storm to handle what he plays early. If we can hit all our energy drops and do a turn 6 Lord of Hell to kind of clean up whatever's left over, that could work out really well. We do have this Finger of Death on turn 3, which we'll probably use, assuming this is the same person. He's not really playing a control deck, so Finger of Death is really good for the control mirror. Not quite as great for this kind of situation. I use it more as just a way to kill the guy. It's a removal spell. I could play Demonic Contract here, but why would I? What would be the point in doing that? Alright, so let's go ahead and kill him. We don't want him to get a bunch of cards off on the Pathfinder. So we were happy to play Circle, but the reason we waited to play it is because we wanted to make sure he didn't play anything too annoying. Oh boy. That's interesting. We don't have a way to handle him. That's kind of a problem. That is kind of a problem. It's a big boy not to be able to handle. So a Vengeance would be great. A Justice would be phenomenal. We'd be able to hit his hand as well as the guy. Oh boy. I really don't want a Demonic Contract. Boy, oh boy. Things have kind of gone off the rails. We can do that, thankfully. And then I think we finger him also. And at this point, next turn we're probably going to Demonic Contract if we don't find an answer for the Wave Elemental. We really could use a Vengeance. Our hand's not that big. We're going to have to go for it. Okay, and we found an answer in form of Polymorph. And we're going to, of course, wait till the second half of this timer so we don't give him initiative. Oh, boy. Oh, boy. Things have gotten bad, people. We do have Lord of Hell next turn. So that's good. But that might not be enough. Oh, Drain Life might be big here. Oh, he's a 7 now. Son of a... I still think we have to Drain Life on him. Drain Life. Lightning Bolt him. And then next turn now we can play Lord of Hell. He is going to do 9 damage. Yeah, 9 damage. It takes us to 6. So like a double Steam Blast would kill us. The Lord of Hell wipes this board out. Please no double Steam Blast. We're gonna wait on Lord of Hell. We're gonna take the chance that he buffs one of these guys so that he can't get more guys out. We just can't afford more damage. Okay, that's so perfect. Couldn't be more perfect. There's no need to attack with this guy here. We just need to live at this point. Boosh! All your guys are dead. I don't know if it's going to be enough. We're going to need some heal real fast. A miracle would be great. Another cash. Oh, that was way early in the turn. I got a little carried away there. Alright, we have to block the Pathfinder. We can't really afford a demonic contract at this point. I'm kind of surprised he did that. Funny thing is, Lord of Hell will kill our Lord of Hell, so we'd kind of rather not do that. Okay, we'll play him. Alright, cool. We just pass. So we're not really putting that much pressure on him is the problem. He very well may be just sitting there and going, okay, I'm going to wait till I draw my direct damage. He's at 28, so we have it, right? We've taken back over the game. We've got a Lord of Hell. We're in business. All we need is a miracle. One miracle and we win outright. Without the miracle, though, it's a little bit dicey. I'd kind of like to drop him in to kill him just for the draw to try to pick up the miracle. But I really feel like I need him because I don't have another removal spell. And I just can't play Demonic Contract right now. Boy. Oh, jeez. That's a big guy. Luckily, we can just block him, and it's really not a problem. But it looks scary, that's for sure. A mind control would be great, though. We might as well attack. If he kills him, it's fine either way. Circle. It's not what we wanted. I think we will Madness, unless he plays the other card. Just to force him to play whatever that is he's holding. Yeah, it's Madness. It's making our Demonic Contract cost us less and less health. Eventually we may just need to play it and take the... Yeah, see. This is really dangerous. We're running out of options here. We really need a miracle. Come on, baby. Miracle or drain life. I'm not picky. Mind control's fine, but it's not going to save us. If he has the direct damage. Which thankfully he does not. We'll just take him. Oh, we could hit him for 16. We're going to do it. We're going to really threaten lethal here. Because now he has to find an answer or we win. So it's it's a battle of who can find an answer faster. Yes! Miracle! That's ballgame. Woo! That was a bit dicey, but we got there. Oh, we should probably just pass. And we have initiative, so we win before anything even happens. Alright. Let's do another Who Needs Creatures. Ooh, this is a pretty rough start. This is going to be really good if this person is playing a bunch of really weak drops early so that we can play Cull and get a lot of value. But if they're not, it could be difficult. And if they don't play anything, then we're going to be fine and roll them sooner rather than later. Or maybe it's later rather than sooner with this deck. Oh, that's a huge pull for us. It gives us so much flexibility now. We've got the Cull, we've got the Lightning Bolt. Basically, whatever they play, we should have an answer for it. And then next turn, we have Secret Cache if we really need it. Oh, boy. So, I'm kind of guessing what we're going to see here is a Kaiju deck, some sort of combo deck. And so, with that in mind, we'd like to find a Vengeance. We'd like to find Polymorph, something to be able to handle that. Because, to be honest, Cull and Lightning Bolt aren't going to do a whole lot against the Kaiju. So, we'll see what happens. I'm hoping to be able to cash here. Because it could potentially draw me the cards we need to be able to fix our problem here. Okay. Okay, we got Vengeance. That was a big pull. So it's going to go really well if we can, find a couple circles to reduce the cost of mind control, and then we can, Vengeance the first one, mind control the second one, and we'll be in really good shape. I mean, him not doing anything this long is really dangerous against this deck. This deck is so late game that I can't imagine a better scenario than my opponent playing nothing forever. I mean, this is really interesting. He's just not playing cards. Alright, so here we go into turn 5. Now we can play a Vengeance. And Nicole, yeah, so there we've got the Ancient Egg. So we were definitely right on what this kind of deck was. But we have no reason to mess with the egg. I mean, if we're going to polymorph, we're just going to polymorph, what comes out of the egg rather than the egg. It's interesting where we probably don't want to play Lord of Hell then. Because of the egg. So we'll probably just hold on to Lord of Hell. We'll see what happens. Oh, he hit me for 0. Don't do it. So we don't have a way to handle, like if we were to go Lord of Hell and then he gets a Kaiju, we don't have a way to deal with it right now. Okay, so that works out fine. We can handle that pretty easily with the Vengeance. And that lets us be able to play Lord of Hell maybe next turn. The problem is if he finds a teleport here next turn, and then I don't have a way to deal with whatever he puts out. So we really need, even just an energy would be great, because then we can mind control it. Oh, boy. So it's going to be a little bit dicey, depending on what he does here. I'm kind of tempted to play Lord of Hell here. I think I will if we get close to this middle. Because I don't really have an answer for a Kaiju or something right now. But I do soon with that mind control, so. Okay, that's not so bad. I mean, it's not great, but. The reason it's not great is because we don't have a lot of minions, so it's not like we can say, yeah, that's fine. Now all of our other guys are safe. Oh, that Vengeance is pretty big, so now there's really not that much you can do here. This is hilarious. We're just staring at each other. Hey, how are you doing? I'm doing pretty good. How about you? Yeah, I got a Kaiju somewhere, but, I just can't find the teleport for it. Don't worry, I'll find it. I'm like, it's okay, I got it too. Boy, we just can't find the activator for the mind control. Just one more energy. We could play a Demonic Contract, take 1,000,000 damage. I don't think we're going to do that. We're not in a desperate spot. I mean, we have 3 lightning bolts. We have Vengeance, so we're fine. We can just be patient and, both be patient. There we go. That's a big, big card. Now it turns on our mind control if you were to ever have a card's mind control. Not worth it for us to take the egg. Okay. So you can't attack this turn. So then there's a question of, is it worth taking? I think it is. I think it's worth taking. We still have Vengeance, remember, in case we get stuck and he finds something. Oh, and a polymorph. Oh, my goodness. So even a Kaiju is really vulnerable because we can polymorph it and then just fly over it. It's too bad we can't heal him. He's really had to use a lot of direct damage just to handle him. I don't really think there's anything we need to do here. We're just going to sit. 3, 6, 9, 10. So we can still draw 2 more cards. So it's fine. I mean, eventually we might have to lightning bolt his face. We'd rather not, but we have to. We have to. Whatever. We're really close to mind controls now. Mind controls are going to be really strong. It's interesting. We haven't found a single circle. Second Demonic Contract. 3, 6, 9, 11. So we only get to draw 1 more card. So we do have to be kind of careful about that. The card disparity here is just massive. Just massive. I think we will go ahead and just lightning bolt him to the face one. Why not? Give ourselves room to draw 2 cards. We have the mana to, or the energy to do it. Oh, yeah, see, this is the reason why. Because now we can cash and be okay. But then we have to play a card. So we'll play a circle. And then after that, I guess we pass. This is such a crazy game. We may run out of cards. Because we've drawn quite a few here. Turn 15, 3, 6, 9, 10, 11, is that 12? 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Yeah, so we have to be careful here. We'd have to lightning bolt his face. Oh no! I didn't want to lightning bolt his face if he's going to do that. We're going to polymorph him. Actually, we're going to cash first. In case we were to draw a mind control. We didn't. I don't think we want to polymorph him. I think we're just going to vengeance. That way, when we have our miracles out, we can defend them. I don't know why I haven't been playing miracle. That's fine. We're having fun just staring at our opponent. So this turn we will be playing miracle. Alright, we can play miracle and still play a polymorph, so we're totally fine here. This should be game, I would think, this miracle. We'll see. Maybe he has a way to stun them again. But we do have another miracle, so there's another removal spell that gets used on a guy, so we're fine. Okay. Cole's certainly not doing a whole lot this game. Oh, cool, another circle. Miracle's now 6. He only has 2 cards left. What are the odds he has a great way to handle all this? Not that great. Boom! So this is going to be game 10, 15. We need 9 more. Certainly the one Finger of Death will win. But we're real close here. Boom, boom, boom. Lots of damage to the face. And nothing from my opponent. Can't beat that. Oh, and the Finger of Death for the funsies win. Bish! You fingered. Oh, I love those wins. Alright, so this is going to be our last game for Who Needs Creatures? This is the same guy we just played against, so he is probably going to get whooped again. Because if he has another late game deck, unless he switches his deck up, he's going to be in for some trouble. I guess the difference would be I have no way to handle an early Kaiju this game if he can get one off. So I'm desperately going to be playing these secret caches early to try to grab a vengeance. Okay. No vengeance yet. No polymorph yet. We're going to circle so that maybe we can get a polymorph off of the cache. So we're not going to do that yet. So it's not going to matter that much as far as the lightning bolts, but okay, so we're not going to worry about him. We really are going to need to find something quick though. Most likely he'll have a direct damage spell to kill that, and then he's going to get something great. And so it's really going to come down to, do we find a vengeance here? If we don't, we're going to have to take a pile of damage, and we did, so we should be totally fine. I think this vengeance will probably win. Oh boy, another circle. So we're in great shape now. We're going to wait. The second it goes past the second half. Oh, see, yeah. We couldn't do it, so we're going to vengeance. So now I'm feeling a little less confident. Because, yeah, we handled one, but he's got another one here. So we need to find another vengeance. We need to find a polymorph. We need to find something. We have to do it ASAP. There we go. We found them both. Oh, that's funny. The problem is Archon does nothing here. We're going to play him anyway. Oh, no. That worked out very poorly for me. We're going to go ahead and vengeance. We get a card, so it's fine. Justice is a problem this game. We're not ever going to be able to play it because we have more cards. Way more cards. Alright. So he brought him in too late was the problem there, because now we'll have, not only do we have an answer in hand that we couldn't afford before, but it gives us another chance to draw an answer. So that was actually a really poor play on his part, waiting so long. It's just he lost basically 7 damage. It wouldn't have mattered, but still, there's no reason to do that. I could call him. No real reason to do that either. I'm going to play Lord of Hell next turn. The only reason to play Cull here would be for Justice. And that's a pretty reasonable decision, actually, is to be able to play Justice and not get wrecked as hard later. And it probably is worth it. So we're going to see what happens here. Okay, he's just going to resign. Alright, well there you go. Who needs creatures? Apparently not Tiny Grimes. I really enjoy these kind of decks, just a hardcore control, I dare you to do anything. Now these decks don't do quite as well if someone gets a really strong rush deck off, especially if you don't have good answers early, you're going to get crushed. And in the mirror, it can be really difficult. You know, it becomes this interesting game of like who can get a Justice off to knock down their hand quite a bit, who can get that Madness off. So it becomes a quite interesting matchup. So thanks for watching, and stay tuned for more deck tech videos from Tiny Grimes Games.